This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, you're ready to go.
We're ready, Freddie.
I'm gonna go ahead and call this meeting January 9th, 2024, 4, January 24 to order. All are present. We'll stand.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, that's why I was confused.
This is 2023.
Yeah, that's why I said
I
2020.
apologize. I will fix that.
Yeah, it's a,
I do not have anything to
Can we add that public safety money to the agenda?
add. Yeah, you can put it at 5 as new business.
Yes, please.
I'd like to add 6. I want to discuss and review the check register for December 11th, 2023. Just to have you tell me some things.
December 11th, check register hasn't come on yet.
Okay, well, it was for December 11th meeting now, for November probably.
We can talk about it, but that's all
That's-
been
that's-
approved.
I just want some explanations.
Okay. So it's actually, well, it would have actually been November then?
The last meeting's check check summary.
Okay.
Motion to approve the agenda with the additions.
Second.
Have a motion by Jody and a second by Jan to approve the agenda with the additions. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Consent agenda items.
Move to approve.
Have a motion by Lauren and a second by Janda to approve the consent agenda items. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Ordinance, resolution 24-01, a resolution approving the appointment of a commissioner to the Housing and Redevelopment Authority of New Richland.
The HUD added 2 commissioners to actually fill out terms of other people that had left. So these are just the resolutions appointing them to the Commissioner of Housing and Development Authority.
I was looking at that, and it almost seems to me that they were going to be here
No.
because they swear and they're having it all.
No, they have to stop into the office and do it.
Okay. Smith and Vicky White.
Yeah, we approve it, and then they stop in and they do their oath, and then we sign it, and then we send the information back to the HUD board.
Is there any reason we can't get to meet these people? Because I don't know either one of them.
You can if you want to. Lauren is on the board, I think, for the HUD, right?
Yes, I am.
So, I mean, Lauren knows who they are. I think Diane's been there forever on the board, right? I mean, as a resident and on the board.
Yeah, there's a resident and then the outside.
Well, just the reason is I don't like voting for somebody I don't know and I don't know anything about them.
Well, it's pretty hard to get people. So if someone
Willing to do
is
it.
willing to do it, I think,
Yeah, I mean,
whether I
for
know
the-
them or not.
for the most part, that board operates as kind of the care center board does, where they kind of govern themselves and then basically just make a recommendation to the council. The council says, yep, we're good with that. So it's kind of the same thing.
But that's more federal than it is local, right?
This is a federal, yeah,
Right.
we're just tasked to, yeah, because it's a federally funded.
Yeah, who is the one that we approved? I don't know her name.
Well, I think that, if I remember what Gail said, Diane Smith was coming off the resident side and going on to the
Correct.
regular side, and then Vicky Whiteside is the resident one that'll be on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's because Diane's moving to Prairie.
So basically, Diane already was on the board, it's just that she's giving up her resident term and switching to the board side of the term, and then Vicky's taking her spot as a resident part of the
Yeah.
board.
And the board already approved both of those.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you guys are okay with what that is?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Confident in their abilities?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then, okay.
I make a motion, we approve both resolutions, 2401 and 2402.
Second.
A motion by Jody and a second by Lauren to approve resolution 24-1 and 24-2. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ambulance department.
Excuse me.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
I'm gonna read it where you guys can kind of, if you have questions. You got it.
Can you expand a little bit more on this run pay request thing?
So those that would sign up for their 48 hours before the 3rd of each month, kind of want to do incentive. I used to do it where I draw a name and I bought them a $25 gift card out of my own money.
Well, you should have to do that.
Right, so I want to kind of see if, like, right this month, we only had 4 people that signed up for their 24, besides their 48, besides me and Sarah Jo, and we're not going to include ourselves, and then give it something, an incentive for those to sign up. It'll be less of a stress for me to contact them all the time and Sarah Jo to fill in the hours. I know it's not much, but it's something to keep the ones that we have and everything like that. We did, you know, I understand with the way the budget went and everything like that, that we wanted an increase and stuff, but.
On a typical month, you used to have a lack of that they don't sign up for. I mean, as far as
Usually
hours.
they wait till the last minute.
So,
towards the
how
end.
many hours usually?
How many? 48 is a month. But for me,
But I mean, no, that you're lacking coverage.
lacking coverage, what we have for North, I actually have the full year, last year in a file of what we had for North. The highest month was 194.
How many hours?
194 hours, that was it.
That, so you have to get covered? Or
Yeah,
that was
that's what was short.
That was short,
Short.
that North had to
Each,
pick up.
that's what we had.
For the
each
whole
month.
year?
For the whole, no, for
For
the
the
month.
Month.
Each
Okay,
month
that's
each month I do it. So
Okay.
with our new law, it's, we can have North cover up to 108 each week, but we don't even meet that. So 190 a month for the whole month is a lot less than what
Okay.
they are.
Do you think you're gonna get this covered then?
Pardon me?
Do you think you'll get this covered with that
I can't
incentive?
hear
Do
you.
you think you'll get that covered with the incentive?
Do you think
We
you'll get
could-
it covered
we could
with the
get-
incentive?
We could get them to cover, like get their hours signed in, so I know that each person has it. It would help. But, you know, there's gonna still be those holes, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way services are going right now. We're a lot better than a lot of them right now. But it's just something to help them out and keep the ones that we got.
I think some of the goal of it is too, is to have cover early on, so North is aware of what they have for coverage for the month. So they're not having to, she doesn't have to keep resending it to them saying, oh, somebody else picked up for these days.
Yeah.
If we have them signed up by the 1st of the month, that helps out
Then plan their month.
planning their schedule as
Right.
well.
Okay.
And trying to keep that mutual agreement with them more, friendly, you know?
So it's just on picking it up on the, we have
Instead
to
of
do
waiting
this.
till the end of the month for someone to pick up a couple days, if they can get it all picked up by the 3rd of the month.
And I kind of know where we're sitting, and right now I send Scott a message every week on what coverage is, you know, so that way, so he's aware potentially and has, and everything like that. So that's basically what I'm looking at.
Can we use taxpayer money for
As
incentive?
long as, from what I understand, and I would just want to verify with the league, but
Yeah.
from what I understand, as long as it's considered an incentive, it's fine, a bonus is not,
Okay, versus a bonus. Okay.
Right.
so.
And then this would come out of the ambulance
It'd be
budget.
out of the normal pay budget, but I mean, I don't even think we've maxed out the,
From last year.
from last year.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
The runs were down last year, but that's.
Yeah, I don't think it would affect the budget.
okay, all right.
Could we try this for a while, then you get
That's what I
back to us
thought.
and
Maybe just try it for
see
like
how it-
3 months. and
see if it's working or not?
Yeah, give it a 3-month trial and then see if it helps out and then, cause you know, that way it's saying, hey, thank you, it's not much, but it's a little more thank you instead of, yeah. And then that
How much is run pay right now?
20,
$20
$20.
run.
And it's been like that way before I even started. I don't know how long it's been.
Why isn't it more?
We were, I did have it, but I know with your guys' budget, I did have it to set over 35 on run pay.
Would it be better to increase the run pay?
The problem is, it's,
You still have.
We keep
So
increasing
hard-
the ambulance
it's so
charge, why
hard.
can't we increase the run pay?
it's so hard to, the reason we increased the ambulance billables is because that's what Medicare pays for those
Oh,
billables. So it's
understand.
basically a wash.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with,
But even if you
Salary.
increase the run pay, you're still gonna have that time of people not getting right out there and filling up that calendar.
yeah, the problem is run pay, I mean, if you add $5 to the run pay, that could be a $500 expense, that could be a $2,000 expense, we don't know because we don't know how many runs we have.
Well, for instance, we had 150 last year,
Yeah,
Right,
so, you know.
so that, let's see. So say this year we have 200,
That's
Runs. because that's usually our
people, right?
go-to.
the problem has been this, there's never been, every time we've tried to fix the ambulance pay structure, people have been mad. They haven't liked the way that it is. They want either get paid more for call time and less for runs, or they want to get paid more for runs and less for call time, or it just never, every time we've changed it, it really doesn't
Yeah.
change anything. I mean, you're still getting people that are, we're still writing checks to people for $300, $400, $500, $600,
Mhm.
for their compensation for stuff. So I don't know what the answer is. I don't know.
Here's the other issue.
I think it makes more sense to put more money into call time than it does to run pay.
That would be,
Here's the other issue. A lot of these people that used to be on, or they used to classify that as their full-time job.
Really?
So just to put it into perspective for you, so I just talked to West Concord last week, and they actually decided to budget for 2 full-time EMTs for their ambulance service. They're contracting. They even budgeted for it, they couldn't find anybody to do it.
see, we already have the contract that doesn't cost anything right now.
Right. So
And
I
you'd
mean,
be looking at higher contract.
my thing is if we're worried about the call time side of it, I don't want to put any money towards run pay. I would rather put the money towards call pay. I'd rather pay an extra whatever per hour of call time to make that more
Incentive.
incentive than
Mhm.
to show up for a call.
But does that fix the issue of people not wanting to sign up in
Don't
a
know.
timely
I don't
We
manner?
think,
don't know.
I don't
Yeah.
We don't know, I mean, we do have 2 that are coming back, one's gonna be the middle of February, and then another one after, I think in March. because
So then it might not be an issue.
Well, yes and no.
Or it still is.
Well, yeah, they'll
It
still,
always is?
because like I do over 400 right now, on top of my full-time job. Sarah Jo does about 300, Chad does about 200, so there's still a lot there.
I think before you mess around with the pay and compensation stuff, I would maybe give this a shot and just see what
Yeah.
happens. And see if this maybe helps that get there. We can always talk about pay and stuff too.
So give
but-
it like 3-4 months to see,
Yeah,
and
see
then,
what,
and then kind of
I'm
look
okay
at,
with it.
get some numbers put together for you to see where we're at, like for hourly pay and then run pay, the difference in it, I can do that and bring that to you probably in what did,
April.
April.
Yeah, and I would think as
Well,
part
April-
of that, maybe we reach out to Mark and see if he has a current
Right,
structure of
right.
all the department, or all the ambulance services around
Right, I
us.
know
for what
that,
they're getting paid. He should
yeah.
have that.
All right, let's do it in May, because that way, March I'm leaving at the end and I will be really busy. I'll be gone the first part of April.
Okay, I'll move to have the $25 incentives,
20 or 25?
20.
20, under the condition that Tony first checks with the league, unless he already knows for sure that this is okay.
Yeah, work.
I'll second.
I have a motion by Lauren and a second by Janda to do the $20 incentive for everybody that gets their hours in. To sign up for 48 hours by the 3rd of each month. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All oppose.
And then in May I'll have numbers for you, so that way you kind of have an idea if the whole schedule's full.
Okay.
Any questions other than that?
CMT that wants to come back,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2
Oh,
EMTs.
yeah.
And then I do have an
I had to put
EMT
that
on
in
there
there,
that would
sorry.
like to come back. He has been on a few times. and everything like that. He just has, he's got to do through skills with Jennifer, and I gave him a list of days that he's here, and he'll be back certified as an EMT. And you would help, because he gets done at like 7:30 in the morning, so he'd be help with.
Daytime.
Do we need two separate motions, Tony?
If you want, if you want to hire him back on, then I will need a separate motion for that,
So move.
yeah.
I'll second.
Have a motion by Lauren and a second by Jody to hire the EMT back, Ernesto Quesada. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Move to approve the ambulance report.
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Lauren and a second by Jason to approve the ambulance department report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Sarah.
When's your next day off?
Friday.
Why don't you see if you can find somebody that's got an underneath carriage wash and take that truck and get it washed.
They do have one in, well, where is it, Janesville.
Arnold's.
Do they
but I
have it
to take out of
underneath?
service.
Take
I
it out of
would do it,
service.
Take it out of service, it needs to be done.
Was
It needs to
early
be
enough?
done because it is nasty.
Right, it came off, some of it came off today during the run, but
Yeah, no, it's.
it's little by little,
Just take it up there and take it out of service, whatever you gotta do and get that stuff off.
I can do that
Yep.
Yep,
Sunday or Friday,
doesn't matter, whatever day works out for you, let's do it.
Friday or Monday. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Move to approve the fire department report.
What's the MV,
Motor vehicle accident.
That's what I thought. I'll make sure.
Have a motion by Lauren and a second by Janda to accept the fire department report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Police department report.
Looks like we about finished the same as this year as last year for the
Yep.
most part.
Yeah.
Back up. Officer Gerard and Jan, who are here tonight, did shop with the Hero in Wasika. That was very good for them. Chief Brewer is requesting approval to attend the Minnesota Chiefs of Police Conference in St. Cloud. Cost is $550 plus hotel stay.
Do we really need, does she really need to go to that?
That conference is very important for the Chiefs, especially
Sounds
with
like a boondoggle to me, but.
especially with all of the constant changing legislation and things like that and liability stuff. That's a huge conference. That's very important.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there some reimbursement for any of this?
That's part of that annual reimbursement,
okay.
and that's all qualifies for that.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Move to approve.
Second it.
Have a motion by Lauren and a second by Janda to approve the Chiefs conference. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed?
Officer Umberto's gone. Officer Jan should be done on his own on the 26th. Still working on getting tires. The state changed a bunch of things on state bid stuff, so now we gotta go to either pumps in Owatonna or Albert Lee or, there's like 3 other things, so she's trying to get that figured out. And then, she's attending the MSCIC conference in Mankato today and tomorrow.
A motion to approve the police department report.
Second it.
Have a motion by Jason and a second by Janda to accept the police department report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Move down to parking parking 3rd Street.
So Jason asked that we talk about this, and I didn't get a lot of information from the county, so it's gonna be a work in progress, but wanted to discuss parking safety stuff on 3rd Street, especially on the south side, especially around like Hudak implemented.
North side, isn't it? That's where they usually park.
What was that?
Yeah.
It's on the north side.
Oh, I thought you were talking about parking on the semis on the south side.
No.
Alright, so I guess we can discuss whatever you wanna discuss, and it's a county road, so anything that
Right.
we discuss, we have to work with the county to do signage or whatever we wanna do.
I went by there tonight and I was just looking at it and I was thinking, the easiest way to do anything is put up a sign, say, you can't park here. They could maybe park 200 feet down this way. Or say, can they park on the south side? But it all depends upon whether it's Ike's or whether it's,
Departments.
Yeah, whether that's, because I came out of Budox and I turned and a car came when that semi was there and it almost hit me.
Yeah.
So I know how Gary's saying that.
Yeah, the other thing we could do is we could specifically paint those curbs back farther, but, I think we'd still need to sign it too, because obviously during the winter you won't be able to see the curbs
Right.
painted.
And if you went further down by the trailer court, there's that one trailer there. If they came out right where they are,
Yeah.
it'd be the same instance as coming out of Budox and somebody coming from the east, you could get hit.
Yeah.
So, but now also, let's take that out of there. Say we don't even want to do that. Is there any place in town that we could say they can park?
Why couldn't they work some out with Bad Holland? There's a lot of room there.
Well, that they could, but that's just, and that's what I kind of, the only places that people can park a semi in town is Third and then, Aspen. Those are the only two places.
Now,
that
my
are-
other question is length of time. What qualifies as long?
There's nothing that says that they have to move them.
Okay.
There's no time limit.
Except in the snow removal.
Right,
Yeah,
snow removal
yeah.
would be the
Makes
only
sense.
difference, yeah.
But,
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that there hasn't been somebody that has those big lots that hasn't taken advantage of that to say, hey, for X amount of dollars
Yeah.
and sign off on liability, that.
and I know that, in the summertime frame, in the fall time frame, trucks will pull up, but only for about a half hour to an hour right in front of the grain elevator so that they can pull in.
Mhm.
Well, they're unloading, that's.
Yeah,
That's,
and that's
not
common
the issue, they're not
sense,
parking.
but that's not really parking, it's just waiting.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So, and then I thought about it too, and about potentially finding a solution for us, but we really don't have anything outside of the lot next to the care center, and that's where we're putting all of our snow, because we don't have anywhere else to put our snow, and then. when
now
that
how
gets-
did they get into that area? I went down there tonight to figure out how to get in there. Do you have to come in from Aspen?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right by Randy Fox's place?
yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
the problem with that is it's not, it's all gravel and it's soggy gravel,
I was
so
just gonna ask, could they
Yeah.
get stuck?
they
in
can
the
park
same-
out there, but they'd probably get stuck, and then it would be a mess.
And the bus shed up here where they've got a bunch of gravel north of the bus shed isn't our property, is it?
Mhm.
Is it county property or is it
Yep.
somebody else's?
County,
Well, what if we talk to?
county or John Hall Peters.
I was just gonna ask how stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Then what about the old Legion back end of that?
That'd be Christensen.
Yeah, could we ask them?
Good.
Cause you could get 2 or 3 parked in
I
there
don't think
decently
that's
if you did it.
Yeah.
Cause I've never seen that.
I guess potentially it all depends on if somebody's willing to take on that liability and then, willing to,
But I say, let's ask them to see if somebody will step up.
Well, the owner operator should be the one doing the.
Yeah, I don't necessarily, and that's part of my thing is I don't think it's our responsibility to find somebody a place to park.
But if we talk to them people,
Well, they could
will
park
talk
out
to
the
them.
back of Budox. There's all that room back there.
That's another thing too. They could rent space in the Budox yard too, so.
Then maybe we should talk to these landowners and say, would you contact these people that park there and see if you can take it out of our hands? Then we're done with it.
And I don't,
I don't think it's our
I don't-
part
I
of
don't
our
think it's
hands
our
anyway.
idea. No.
Right, but if we start the conversation, we can walk away from it.
I think our obligation is to make sure it's safe on Third Street, and outside of that, I don't think there's anything else that we really need to worry about. So, I guess what I would like to do is I would like to talk to the highway engineer down here and see if they have an idea of what they would like to do, and if that's the case, then they can sign it, and it's not gonna cost us anything to sign it. And our guys can paint the curbs, it's not gonna cost us anything to paint it.
Remember, it's easier to ask permission than it is to beg forgiveness. Okay? All right. That's all I gotta say.
So, but I don't disagree, but let me reach out to the county highway person and we'll just talk, and maybe I'll, I know I had talked to Doug about it a couple weeks ago too, so maybe I'll reach out to him again and figure out, but yeah, I don't think it's
I said that
our,
without using any of
I don't think it's our responsibility to find them a spot to park, but it is our responsibility to make sure that's
For the sake.
safe to come in.
But I also think a conversation with both all 3 of those property owners may be a help to getting the safety problem taken care of.
Yeah,
And, what's a phone call? 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
So we want to, I'll move to table this until Tony gets more information.
Second.
Have a motion by Lauren and a second by Janda to table this until further information is given. Move down to approve offering MN deferred compensation plan to employees.
This is just a supplemental benefit plan. It doesn't cost anything to the city of New Richland. This is something that if they want to contribute pre-tax dollars out of their check, they can contribute to their own stuff. So I would like to have, well, we have to offer it because one of the employees here has it at a different location and wants to have it here, so by statute we have to.
Okay.
So, but I do need approval to sign the documents and send everything.
I make a motion that we offer the MNSRS deferred compensation plan.
I'll second.
Have a motion by Jason and a second by Jody to approve the offering MN deferred compensation plan to employees. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Wastewater treatment plant garage door opener.
All right, as we talked about the wastewater treatment plant, that huge garage door is kind of a bit of a safety concern out there for her to get it up and closed. So we did get a quote for $1,510 to put that opener out there. Plus,
We did need to do a new door.
no,
That's in there.
that's just the, I don't know that that's what's actually there, if that's the type of door that's there.
That's the type of door that's there.
I think that information is just saying that that's.
$1,500 for a door opener?
It is
It's
a
a commercial.
It's a commercial door operated. The ones in the police department were almost $600.
Okay,
So,
well,
but that would be then that's a huge door.
Mhm.
So,
is that on the west side?
that would be down in the bottom
Facing the north, right?
facing the, yes.
Is there a
That's a
plug
big
in
door.
there?
Huh?
Is there a plug in there already, or you gotta
Should
do?
be.
How's she opening it now, manually?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's like an
Is it
OSHA
So
nightmare.
moved.
Like
Yeah.
Second,
Have a motion by Jody and a second by Lauren to approve the door opener. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Got a little fiberglass, what it only weighs about 20 now.
Don't mess with Shell.
Upgrading City of New Richland domain name.
Okay, well, I don't know why. I've gone how many years without really much of an issue, but really lately, there's been a lot of people who have called and asked if our is a legit government website because it's not a .gov or anything like that. So I don't think it's going to cost much of anything. I know Waseca County just transitioned to a .gov. Is Waseca a .gov?
Yes.
Okay. So their website's not up right now, but what I would like to do is I would like to transition our website to a .gov website so that it is more professional, it's more recognized as a government organization. And right now, all of our social media is at New Richland MN. That's what all the tags are for all of our social media. So what I'd like to do is to change our website to newrichlandmn.gov. And that would be
They are mn.us.
okay.
Waseca is.
Yeah, so, I just want either the blessing to look into it and do it and go forward with that. The only thing that would happen was we would have to probably pay the website people $50 to transition stuff over to the new site or something like that, but there's no real emails and everything would be just.
Tony, how come I get a threat detected on this new website that we're using? Whenever I go to it, my Bitdefender takes up, threat, suspicious.
It's possible that it's a certificate issue.
I think that's what it's, something about a
Yeah.
certificate or something.
You can tell it to allow it through.
Yeah, I do, I did.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be doing that though, because
It does it every
it should
time.
have a valid certificate, so I'll send them an email and ask. But yeah, it shouldn't be doing that.
Maybe it's just my
It might be just your,
antivirus.
it might just be your antivirus, cause there's some websites on the city computer that I can't go to unless I tell it that I'm okay with going to it, and usually it's because, and you can verify this information, but a certificate for the web service that Microsoft gives you is expensive, like very expensive.
Mhm.
So a lot of companies won't upgrade them until they absolutely have to.
okay,
So,
Thanks.
but I will need a motion for that if somebody would be willing to do so.
so move.
Second it.
Have a motion by Lauren and a second by Janda to approve updating the city's website name. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We'll move down to public safety.
Public safety money was supposed to be been $53,781 in the city of New Richland. How do we want to divvy it up, or how do we want to use that money, what we have to use it for. Any ideas, guys?
No,
Gals?
I don't have any.
Does it have to be used by a certain date?
No,
No?
but it can't be used, it has to be used for like, it can't be used for operations, it has to be used for like equipment or that kind of stuff.
We can't buy like an armored assault vehicle with it.
No.
Equipment just
Can
for
you
the
buy a
city.
new squad car?
For the
believe
police
so, it's
department, fire
equipment.
department, or ambulance.
So,
Why don't we put more towards the new squad car?
Well, so that's one of the things is obviously that we're gonna have to do that in the next year or two. The ambulance is gonna need probably to upgrade their Lucas and
yes,
defib unit.
we were just
What-
talking about that on Saturday.
What about the toilets in the park?
Can't, this
Yeah,
is
it's
for
not
public
public
safety
Public
money.
safety.
Well, that ain't public safety.
No, this is only for fire, police and ambulance.
Oh, gotcha.
It's strictly for that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, I don't think it makes sense to just split it 3 ways and go with it, cause I don't think that there's a need based on that. I think we need to look at the needs maybe a little differently on this, so. I do know, I wanna say the loop is like 25,000, right, 27,000?
28,000.
28,000.
The last one we didn't buy, we got a huge donation that we
Right.
bought it with. And the 12, was it the 12 lead you said?
Yeah,
We got that donated to us too. That was written by a grant, so we
Okay.
haven't bought any of that stuff.
Okay.
I think the 12 lead, I wanna say was 75,000 or
I don't
something.
think it was that much. I think that was cheaper than the Lucas.
Maybe it was the cot that was that much,
That's probably right.
cause we didn't pay for
The
the
cot
cot.
needs to be knocked about too.
But we didn't pay
So-
for the cot either, that was donated.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean,
Great.
if you would like, I could ask each department for like their top 3 things that they
That's what I
need
would
to,
say. 'Cause
to
we're
just look
out
into
of the
replacing, and then we could make that decision based on their needs.
It's not a lot of money, but it's money that we weren't expecting. so-
Right, no, you're right, and it should be used to make sure that those things are running and
I agree.
running,
I agree.
so. So if you're fine with that, I will have each department head put together a list of 3 or 4 items that they're needing, and then we'll kind
I
of
was just
go from
surprised that they were gonna give it
there.
to us. And we even got it.
They probably
It's
have.
supposed to be here on the 26th, at least that's what the website said, but they might have lied.
So we take no action until you come
Yeah,
back with a list?
we'll
Okay.
then we'll bring it back to the next meeting.
And then we'll move down to number 6, check register for November.
I remember seeing this and I was gonna ask, but I never did. But I think Tony explained it. There are wellness program items
Yeah.
from Amazon. What is the wellness program and what?
That is, the wellness program is part of our insurance money that we pay to South Central Cooperative Services gives us, I wanna say it was like, I think we had like $2,500 to buy wellness products for the people that are on insurance and that work for the city.
Is that like that fruit for the?
Fruit baskets, and like the care center got some water bottles and coolers and healthy snacks and things like that. It's kind of the insurance company's way of saying thank you
Yeah.
to the people.
For doing business.
So it doesn't cost us anything,
Yeah, it's
technically.
just-
No, we pay for it, we set the receipts to South Central and they send us the money back.
That was also that FFA thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's where all the fruit came from, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, fruit came from FFA, the meat came from Neighbors, and then the cups and stuff came from Amazon. And then I think there was like chapstick and Sarah Joe.
Is this a yearly thing?
It was. I do not think we changed insurance providers January 1. I don't believe that they offer that.
So in the end result, the insurance paid for it.
Yeah, it was not our.
Reimbursed everything we did.
Yeah, mhm, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I thought I remember hearing you say something about that, but it
Yep.
just wasn't.
Yep.
Ding, 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 ding.
I've seen it before.
Okay, thank you.
Is that the only thing?
Yep, that was it.
Right.
Miscellaneous administrators report.
All right, working on finalizing our 2023 revenues and expenditures. So like in December and January, we have a weird situation where we've got stuff that we paid in December that's actually January stuff, and we got stuff that we paid in January that was December stuff, and so Sarah Joe and I have to keep track of all that, so when Abdo comes, they can put it where it's supposed to be to get us caught back up. Got our preliminary stuff for Abdo, I'm working on that for the audits, I'm also working with the Clifton Larson Allen Care Center audit, getting some things done with that. I'm through about 12 pages of my 96 page, federal grant requirement thing to get our money back for the siren and the turnout gear. Continue to work on some nuisance properties, and it's actually making significant progress. Happy to say that. Setting up the state deferred comp plan, and now that you guys approve that, I can fax everything tomorrow, and that should be set up by the end of the week. I have to file the tier 1 or tier 2 hazmat report for the water plant and a few other places within the city. Still reviewing the draft wastewater treatment plant chloride variants with Bolton and Mank and Shell. Working HUD appointments. We received the delivery of the scoreboard mower and the skid steer. We are waiting on we still have the tractor and the blower because we don't have our blower yet for the skid steer. So that's supposed to be here this week.
Oh,
Received the reports on sewer cleaning and televising. And I was gonna have that in here, but I don't have it in here. But if you are ever wanting to have some fun reading, it's about this thick, and it's every spot they noticed a crack or something or a problem. Shell, our city engineer, Eric, and Rural Water are going to be sitting down, I can't remember if it's next week or the following week, to go through that report to decide what we need to address as far as street repairs or, there was a lot of stuff on South Broadway that came up that I wasn't anticipating. So what we want to do is see if it's something that we can just dig up a few patches and fix some stuff and then, buy us some time, or if it's something that we're going to have to completely redo. We are going to have to address First Street Southwest in a few different spots. There's some shutoffs that don't work, and we're working with Rural Water to come up with some sort of exercising program to exercise those shutoffs. They actually have a machine that they put on, and then it opens it and closes it, and opens and closes it. And it would cost us about, I think Eric and I figured out it would cost us about $1,200 a year if we did a quarter of the town at a time to make sure we exercise everything. As opposed
With them doing
to,
With them doing it with their machine?
Yep, having them do it, yep. And then
Case
just,
of WD-40.
yeah. But just to put it into perspective for you, the last time we replaced the shutoff, it was about $2,700. So if we spend $1,200 to make sure we don't have to replace those shutoffs, it's making sure the infrastructure is working good.
Yeah.
Plus, that way when we have a water main break, we don't shut the whole town down to try to
Yeah.
deal with something, so.
Speaking of infrastructure, I've seen them working on this up there.
The pump was airlocked today and we couldn't get it on the airlock, so the Rural Water was down helping us.
Was that the one where it flowed over and went out in the street?
No, this
That's
is
a
a different pump.
Oh, okay.
Eric couldn't figure it out, so we had to have somebody come.
But then I was asking about that.
Yeah.
Where it's staying the sidewalk. That's what he talked about here.
That's the overflow, yeah.
Has that been fixed?
I
We're waiting for the pump.
don't think the pump's here yet.
That was coming from Bourne.
Are they gonna be able to clean the stain off the sidewalk?
Probably not.
No, and there's probably some issues under the sidewalk that are gonna have to be addressed.
Oh, so it might be new sidewalk anyway.
Yeah, it might be.
Would look a lot better.
Well, whatchamacallit works pretty good on sidewalks. Muriatic acid.
Yeah. It all depends. I know that there's some,
I don't think we want the water treatment plant though.
Yeah.
there's some holes that are,
Muriatic acid isn't-
there's some holes that have developed from where the water's been trickling down. And so we're waiting until spring to knock those out to see if it's something that we have to take care of, or if it's just something that if the concrete's good and the stuff underneath the concrete is good, we can try to just clean the concrete, but yeah, if not, we might have to take care of some of that stuff. Employee recognition, birthdays, Cave Man from PD on the 16th, Ava Schember, St. Olaf Lake, and then Janda on the 19th.
how come I didn't have mine in November?
Mine's not in there either.
I don't have your, you know why? I know why. Because I did not put you in the system,
Oh.
and your birthdays are listed as 1/1 of 2000 and whatever, 1.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So,
I do like the idea that I'm younger now.
So, yeah, so I will update that. Jeff Johnson's been with the ambulance for 10 years.
Whoa.
Then there's weird people like Chad and Ryan Gerke and a few others that have like 17 different hats within the city, and I don't know when their start dates are, so.
Okay. Put them all down.
Guess what? I don't know either.
Well, happy birthday.
Thanks.
And if you don't have any questions,
What's
that's.
it feel like to turn 29 again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
19.
Are we gonna do a flag resolution?
Flag resolution.
Yeah, like some of the counties are doing,
I don't know.
about the new flag.
Oh, and I
Their opposition
No,
to
we're
it.
don't
not.
hear anything about it.
Hey, is our flag just not up all the way, or is it half?
It was half-mast for Cade,
Wolf.
Wolf.
Yeah.
It just hasn't been put back up.
Oh, I was wondering, I thought, it looked like not high.
I like that flag, state flag the way it is.
I addressed that with Gene Dornick.
So,
So,
okay, move to approve administrator's report.
I'll second that.
Have a motion by Lauren and a second by Janda to approve the city administrator's report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Move to adjourn.
Second.
Have a motion by Lauren and a second by Janda to adjourn. Meeting adjourned.